In the crypto industry, Bitcoin is the gold standard. Everyone's like, oh, you gotta go out there and get Bitcoin. It's the safest, the most secure. All the banks are getting it. It is the big play that the companies are driving forward. But what they're not figuring out is that actually, Ethereum may be the better play. And this is why. I'm going to give you 5 reasons on why I believe Ethereum is a much better play than Bitcoin at this current time. That's going to go into its capabilities, its price targets, everything like that. So stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to Cundiff Tech. And if you're new here, please subscribe if you love financial planning and getting the newest information in the fintech industry and how you can capitalize on that innovation. Alright, let's now talk about why Ethereum is probably better than Bitcoin. Reason number 1 is that Ethereum is a building block and it is not a commodity like you could see Bitcoin as. See, Bitcoin is almost like gold, or in some instances like a calculator, which is probably the best way to even describe it to you. It can do simple functions, it knows what it's supposed to do, it is right there to be a currency and a store of value. But Ethereum is meant to be a building block and the actual harvester of everything inside of it to build applications on and actually add into. So you could think of it as the smartphone. See, the smartphone isn't a calculator, but it can have a calculator in it. Do you get what I'm saying there? But the smartphone also has a lot of other apps that you can use to not only make money, but use the calculator with. So it's a culmination of everything. So think of it as the building block of a new financial space. This is going to include some of the examples I give later on, like NFTs, smart contracts. This ability comes from Ethereum's smart programmable contracts that are embedded into the code of the Ethereum coin. And I know that may be confusing, but think of it as almost like you're signing a contract every time you exchange something. So instead of you signing your name at the bottom of your receipt at the end of a transaction, you're just giving away the Ethereum that has an internal Ethereum programmable contract that's inside of it. Reason number 2 why Ethereum is better than Bitcoin in some instances is that it's not dependent on supply and demand. See, Bitcoin is practically like gold. When people want gold, their demand is up, the price is going to rise because there's only a limited supply. With Ethereum, we have a different set of ideologies where it's almost like a currency. You can keep printing more and making more Ethereum, printing. It's actually digitally mining. And it's not just based on demand where people want to hodl Ethereum for the long haul just to hold it, but there's also a transactional value as we talked about in the smart contracts. So it's not based on supply and demand, it's actually based a lot on use cases and how people are using it. So if more people are creating NFTs, creating smart contracts, and other big industries are getting into Ethereum, that's what's really going to drive its value. Because what happens is, say if I was out there and I wanted to buy something with Ethereum, and I needed to hold 3 Ethereum to buy this certain item, I would need to purchase that Ethereum from some instance, so there goes ups the demand, but I would also need that Ethereum to make the transactional exchange, so I'm trading it much more frequently than I would a Bitcoin where I'm mostly holding it, and then there's a 2 value instance that really Bitcoin doesn't have. And with the current technology, doesn't seem like it will even get there. So that's reason number 2. Reason number 3 is what I just alluded to with what you could buy, and that's NFTs. See, NFTs are what you've probably been hearing a lot of, or NFT? I don't even know, but you're definitely saying it wrong. It's NFTs, non-fungible tokens. These tokens are the backing behind digital art pieces, music, sound, movies. Anything that's currently on the internet is being held digitally could technically have an Ethereum-backed smart contract behind it, which shows its legitimacy, number 1, and how it can be used and traded as you are the rightful owner of that piece. Then people get into the fact that, hey, it's just like a picture online. I could take a snip of that using the snipping tool with my Mac or my Windows PC, and I have it too. Yes, you may have it, but it's just like the Mona Lisa gets printed over and over again, and you may have a fake copy of it. You still put it on your wall, but you don't have the original copy. And the original copy is what's worth all the money and not really the print that you had. See how you're kind of adding that all together? Now think of it in different ways, where you can use NFTs to actually sell different pieces of music. And that's what people like Steve Aoki have done, where they put out digital experiences with their music that is just for that person that owns the NFT. So it's almost like you own a collector's item of a piece of art, but think of it in a different way. Imagine where people are coming out with movies, and instead of you seeing them in the movie theater, you have someone that's selling a single copy of the NFT, and then they have the license to send that out to whoever they want. There's a bunch of different things that you can kind of put together here, and honestly, you can even make your own NFTs, and it's not too difficult. There's plenty of videos online how to do it, but it just costs a lot of money because the contracts behind them are expensive. Another example of this, and think way big picture, is the gaming industry. You know how in Fortnite, I know Fortnite, like it's kind of like a meme at this point, but Fortnite, you can buy all these different skins. However, you can't really trade them with anyone else. They have no inherent value outside the game. But imagine if they were backed by an NFT. Huh. Now imagine if you could trade your skins in Fortnite, especially the exclusive ones, on a marketplace. So your initial value that you bought it for could either rise or fall, and then you could actually make profit and trade on these ecosystems. Now here's the cooler thing. What if you sold your skin on Fortnite for a weapon skin on Call of Duty? Now you're getting in a very crazy space. You could trade actual players, you could change the entire environment. Think of these ultimate teams that are in some games like NFL, FIFA. All these players are cards that you can get. What if you could transact them? This is the possibilities with NFTs. Now let's get off the practicalities and what can actually happen on the Ethereum blockchain, and let's go into some more intrinsic things that an investor may look into. See, the reason number 4 why I love Ethereum is because it's the counterpart to Bitcoin in some instances. See, Bitcoin's the #1 market cap, and it's probably the first thing that big companies are going to be getting into. Well, if they want to diversify their crypto investment, the second safest thing is Ethereum. It's the second biggest market cap, and it's very well secure because it's decentralized and has a huge backing behind it with great developers and a great ecosystem. So this is not going to fail very easily. It has many safety nets to help itself in there, making the investment a little bit more secure and giving the opportunity to invest in more than one asset in cryptocurrencies. And the 5th item is actually one for the investors like ourselves, and it's the low barrier to entry. A lot of people get hesitant about something that really doesn't matter in investing, and that's the price target. See, you can buy fractional shares, and you can also buy fractional pieces of coin in cryptocurrency, which doesn't matter the actual full cost of that Ethereum, that Bitcoin, that Dogecoin. You just need a piece of whatever that full cost is. But Ethereum is inherently lower than Bitcoin. And because of that and a lot of the social sentiment behind Ethereum, people start to think, hey, it's lower than Bitcoin, maybe it will raise to that price, let me get invested into it. This can drive a lot of social sentiment and people trying to hit certain price targets. A huge thing in Ethereum is hitting $5,000, then hitting $10,000, then hitting $50,000. All these different price targets are low enough for people to get in at a barrier entry point and start feeding into that. Also, in some crypto exchanges, you can't buy fractional shares, though in most you can. In some you can't, and if you're storing that, it's much easier to store on bulk than small percentages, just because of the bit value, so on and so forth. The culmination of these 5 reasons is why I'm investing mostly in Ethereum right now. I'm pushing the value, I'm seeing the limits of where it can go, and I truly believe it's a great investment over the long term. A 10-year time frame for Ethereum could see it rise to that $50,000 mark. I'm very confident and bullish in that, as I am in a few other of the cryptocurrencies, but I stay predominantly in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin, all for different reasons. Bitcoin for the gold resource value that I think will be stable and a very influential value piece in many investment portfolios of big banks. Ethereum for the blockchain technology, the great growth percentage, and the potential in it. And Dogecoin for the social sentiment, the interest, the fun factor, the Tesla. Oh, the Tesla. And everything else that comes into Dogecoin as the meme cryptocurrency that has turned into the most probably secure out there. I know I threw a lot at you, but hopefully you picked up why I'm so passionate about Ethereum and why I'm putting so much into it. Because I can see its value. If you gained any value from this video, though, please hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow this channel. Bill Cundiff Tech would love your support, and I know I would. So thank you so much, and let's get investing. I'll talk to you guys soon.